All right, next up, some stand-up comedy for everyone. Warhol Kaufman.
Thanks for keeping it going. Appreciate it. Yeah, the height of excitement. It's kind of weird being black in America. Like, we don't get invited to auctions anymore. Used to get all the invites. I like Portland, but this town is too white. It makes my teeth look bad. I used to live in Oakland. They found a human head in the recycling plant 2 blocks from my house, which is messed up because that's compostable. I'm the oldest one in my family without any kids. And I'm proud, you know. I tried really hard. I put it in the wrong places and everything. I used to tell my wife she got more beautiful every day. And then I realized I should have waited to marry her. I did this show in Vegas. I saw a guy in a Chewbacca costume take off his mask. Wookiee mistake. Before Oakland, I lived in San Francisco. San Francisco's cool. You can find whatever you're looking for on the street, especially if you're looking for human feces. You know, people just look at me and they assume I'm on drugs. It's rude. I used to be really into drugs until I got into rotating fans. You have to make choices in life. I wish I had a time machine. Could smoke all my weed twice. I wish I could teleport. I wouldn't be here. So I recently realized I should stop calling my brother a motherfucker. It was Father's Day, Sunday, but I had bad intel. So I thought it was the week before. So I tried to do right. I called my stepdad. I left a message. I didn't get him. So I was like, Happy Father's Day. Please do not allow my failures to reflect poorly upon your work. End of message. I used to bartend in San Francisco. We didn't have a tap, so we just put the bottles out on the bar. People would come up and they'd be like, I'll have the negro Modelo. And I would give them one. So when I was in college, I realized my grandmother was in D.C. for the entire civil rights movement. I grew up in Maryland. And I realized I have to talk to her. Like, Next time I saw her, I was so excited. Like, Grandma, what was it like? You were there. You were there for the March on Washington. What was it like? You were there for the I Have a Dream speech. What was it like? And she said, "Oh, your grandfather wasn't interested in all that." When I was around the time I was hitting puberty, I started thinking about mortality. I asked my mom, like, "Ma, what would happen to me if you died?" She was like, "Well, if I died, Bill's your stepdad, so you would live with him." I was like, "Yeah, but what if Bill died?" "Well, if I died and Bill died, you would go to live with your grandmother." But she was like old. Like, "But what if Grandma dies?" And my mom was like, "What are you planning?" A long time before that, I was just a kid. Every so often, I would forget. My mom would tuck me in, like, "Good night." I would be trying to go to bed, but I wouldn't be able to remember. I'd have to ask, like, Mom, I forget. Mom, what's it called again? What do girls have?" And she'd turn off the light and be like, "Vagina, son. Vagina." That's a true story. I used to be married. I had some hope in my marriage still continuing, but the Warriors lost, so I guess my marriage is over. Yeah, it's not funny. That's serious. That seriously could happen. Oh, man. Okay, I gotta do a couple public service announcements. If you are being sexually assaulted, bring mace, because Puff Daddy will not help you. It's a hip hop joke. You guys love hip hop, I'll tell you more. You heard about what happened to Africa Bambaataa? Yeah, no. It's terrible. It's terrible. I know this is awful, but I have to say it. I never liked his music anyway. Somebody asked me today, like, if you could time travel, when would you go back to? And I was like, fuck, I don't know. Like, I was at the hospital the other day. I saw this really cute doctor who was my age. And I realized I wasn't even qualified to hit on her. Yeah. I was getting a $2 French toast. French toast is the first meal I ever learned to make. I peaked early. So I was trying to decide on a direction for my life. I don't know if you heard somebody try to assassinate Trump the other day. You didn't hear about that? I think it must have been a Bernie guy because he didn't spring for his own gun. He wanted the government to pay for his gun. Some insider beltway humor. I wrote a bunch of like jokes that are too specific. I've been following the election too close. So then I was like, oh, let me write some current events jokes, and I wrote some like overly specific shit. So my friend asked me for an example. I was like, okay. The DNC is considering a replacement for Debbie Wasserman Schultz. The chair was thrown like a Nevada caucus. It's too specific. I did write a Trump joke. I thought it would not be newsworthy by now. But it's crazy, like, the thing with Trump, like, you could tell he raped somebody, but it's like it doesn't count because he wasn't wearing a sombrero. It's cool. I like this election. This is an interesting election. It's like Hillary was so inspired by Obama's Hope campaign. She was like, I could do one. I'm going to do the Fear campaign. Yeah. All right, I should get you guys out of here. I'll tell you about my friend. My friend told me. This sounds crazy, right? She told me she has an orgasm every time she does a pull-up. Like I thought she'd be in better shape.
Warhol Kaufman! Another performer I enjoyed working with last year on a play entitled Terror at Angel's Horn, written by John Marble. We'll see some of that work coming up in a little while.